Gotta plant it and grow it. Drop that artificial food. Come and eat with a poet.
Y'all make sure y'all stay right there. Don't go nowhere. Part 2 is coming up. Hey y'all, what up? It's your girl E.A.T the poet coming to you, asking you once again, subscribe to my YouTube channel, E.A.T Poet at youtube.com. Yeah, E.A.T the poet. Subscribe y'all. Eat with the poet. Peace. Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back. Eat with a Poet Part 2. Let's get it popping.
He's definitely eating. Okay.
No,
got something in my tooth.
Right. No, but for real, like you were saying, I think it's necessary that we have this conversation because honestly, even before I actually came to the show today, I was talking to somebody, a beautiful plus size woman, who was just, totally telling me about how it is on the dating scene. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to being a full-figured woman and like really honestly feeling like that a guy is genuinely
into you.
Mm. Yeah, that's
for some guys
thing.
It's like a hurdle. It's like a bucket list item. Like, oh, I gotta smash a big girl. I gotta smash a big girl.
See what that feel like.
Yeah, and that's so terrible. Like, it's so terrible that that's attached to it, but it's so terrible that full-figured women will fall trap to that. I feel like we should be gangsty enough to know and be put
so
on
much
game.
So that they'll promote how good it is to be with a full-figured woman.
Right? Like, what? Like, why? That's why I was talking about earlier with the nudity. Like, I'm all for it. I really am. Like, a lot of people criticize Kim Kardashian when she did, like, that champagne on her butt. I thought that was really dope because it showed, again, just, like, the aerodynamics of something you think is impossible on a human body.
What did she do?
It was a while ago. I know you've seen that image when Kim Kardashian balanced a champagne glass on her butt, and it was literally standing, and then she poured champagne from this way, and it went in the glass. Now, I'm sure there was some Photoshop with the stream,
right?
But it's the fact that it really like this was on her ass, like on the top. And
people ask, what does she do?
Right.
She's talented.
Yeah, I guess. I guess you're talented if you can do something like that. But it's artistic. It's cool. It's showing through nudity a different mind frame. That's just how I see it.
And remember how you were saying about, like, even with the girls, Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B, when they do that. Like, for me, I think it's cool when it's like a choreographed dance, right? And maybe you twerking,
when there's a purpose.
and it's for the art of it. Like how you were saying, you do it towards the art, but going on your live while you twerking in a pool, getting drunk and doing all these different things. How does that help me?
Right. How does that empower me?
In any way at all. I mean, it's not like the music's that empowering anyway. So, I mean, that's just my bag.
It's a whole nother episode, y'all.
That's my bag of opinions now. Don't be extra sensitive around here.
It's true, though.
I mean, I just don't get no spirituality out of it. Maybe you do. It's funny. I was at the car wash the other day, girl.
I'm going to say that. I don't get no spirituality out of it. But maybe you do.
Right. Check it. I was at the car wash the other day, right? Shout out to the car wash.
They go down at the car wash.
So, the dude who was washing my car, he came over to me or whatever. He was all extra. And he was like, if he keeps saying something to me, I'm going to go off like that. So, he automatically related to me because I was a black girl and he was a black guy. A black, feminine guy.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. And so I was talking to him and he was telling me about how one of the guys at the car wash is consistently hitting on him, like trying to make passes at him. And he was saying he's not on that. And that, the guy getting his time wrong just because, he's that way don't mean that he's welcoming people to hit on him. Right? So now I'm on my Lane of the Poet vibe. You feel me? I get it. It's in my mind. I got to speak a word into this young man because I see that his spirit is trying to be independent. He's trying to be what it is that he wants to be. He has his own definition of how he rock and how he get down. So I'm like, you know what? And you know what? Another thing, I gave him some YouTube thing. I said, this is a thing you can watch too, since you own that, that positive stuff. And then I don't remember what I said, but I began to speak life in him. And I was like, you feel that? Do you feel that? And he was like, no. Like,
Wow.
he straight told me, no, he didn't feel that. I said, but you don't feel that? Oh, it was a music that was playing on my YouTube in the car. It was gospel music. And I asked him, does he feel that as we were talking? And he said, no, he didn't feel that. I said, but you feel City Girls. He was like, yo. Yeah, I feel that. I was like, that's like preaching to you, huh? I said, you get something out of that, huh? He was like, yep, I do. Yep, I do. Yep. I'm like,
period.
He was on it. It's like that stuff is gospel to some people out here. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
It's that.
It's gospel to some people out here. Said all that to say, basically,
Bob Marley.
Look, I appreciate art. I don't appreciate people that are lucky enough to get famous and have a season. I appreciate Lizzo's music. The song she just put out. I'm not judging nobody and saying that people, so don't be saying I'm saying that City Girls and Megan Thee Stallion ain't artists. I'm just saying for me, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather listen to Fred Hammond. You know Fred Hammond? See? I'd rather listen to him. Let me see, maybe somebody Do you know Kiara Sheard?
You better know Kurt Franklin.
Kurt Franklin is like the rock and roll.
Somebody.
He's the rock and roll star of gospel.
Yeah, I don't really listen to gospel like that though. But that's like, I understand what you're saying, but that's not my way of connecting.
Yeah, but that music is spiritual to me because it's speaking specifically to God.
It speaks life into you as well. Like
now, another person that is like gospel to me, I don't know how I'm flipping this, is J. Cole. I honestly feels like he's a preacher.
Yeah,
I feel like he comes.
I get that from Kendrick too.
You do?
Yeah.
I get that from Kanye. I really, y'all see how we flip this real quick? Kanye has really allowed himself to be a vessel and not concern himself with what people think about him, taking his music and using it for Jesus. He does not care. Last album, Jesus is King. Wasn't that the name of it?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
God is King,
God is
or
King.
Jesus is King, or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I honestly feel like it's gospel music.
Well, right? that's his whole marketing ploy.
I'm sorry, big girls. We got off the topic, child. It's all right, child. It happens, Hold on.
It ain't over till the fat lady sings.
You know what they say? And that's the thing that people need to understand. The fat lady gotta sing. You know what I'm saying? That's powerful.
Yes. I love that saying because it is. It really, really is. Just like when they say, like, your grandma put her foot in it, like when she really cooked good. It's like all these fat shaming things that we actually uplift in the culture. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Like, the biggest lady know how to cook or whatever. Like, the fatter the auntie, the better the mac and cheese.
Yes.
Like all these things we uplift, but here we are downing and fat shaming still.
But that's the thing. That old school stuff. Auntie had a fat Uncle John that she was married to, and these women, these Southern women, especially Southern, because that's more like. But you know what? No, Hispanic mothers and women too. They are just the nurturers and just listen, ain't nothing like a Spanish lady cooking in her heels.
Listen,
I'm talking about a little short, chubby Spanish lady, a skinny Spanish lady, a Spanish lady with hips. It don't matter, baby. One thing about Spanish women, I don't think they lack confidence. Is that a thing?
Honestly, I feel like, and this is like something that most of my family members can tell you, like, we're just born with that.
I think
like it's just something from when you're a child, you're just like, yeah, like I got it going on. It's a confidence that exudes from within.
Believe that you're not being honest. I believe there is something about Hispanic women that exudes a natural confidence. It's like they automatically know that they were made to be a woman to a man, and they just embrace everything about sexiness.
Yeah. It's something about that, like, I mean, if I were to put it to something, in our cultures, there's a lot of machismo, which is like where the man is a very male-dominated society in these other countries.
That's what it is.
What the man says is what the man says and how it goes. So our role is to seduce. Our role is to look good. Our role is to create the home. The very traditional American values, but that is still today. in the rest of Latin America, South America, the Latin Caribbean.
Them men love them Spanish women because it's like they, like you said, y'all know how to seduce. Y'all just, they really know how to treat a man.
It's like a conditioning almost because even growing up, I saw my mom, just paralleling, my mom and my friends' moms and how they would be. So like my white friends, like the mom would just come home, dinner would be whatever, she'd cook it, and then just go to her room. Dad come home, he'll eat alone at the table. God forbid my father ate alone at the table. It would be a whole problem. Like the whole family got to be there for when dad gets there. You can't eat dinner. We still waiting for dad to get home.
Right.
Dinner's not ready till daddy get home.
Right,
so, now daddy's home. You're daddy. Yeah. This is mom. These are the kids.
Yeah.
That's a thing for us.
Yeah.
So just seeing the parallel between, again, an American household and my Dominican family, I was able to know right there, like, that is a different way my mother honors my father than this woman honors her man.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But then there's that other side to it where someone else on the other end could say, well, my parents go on vacations and they go to Paris for 2 weeks. Well, that's great because my parents can't afford that. So that's not what they're doing.
Right.
So the
but we do be
affection
sitting down at the table.
Exactly.
And mama definitely be buying a new dress every 2 weeks for daddy.
Right.
And,
something's happening.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's a beautiful thing. That I love that. And then too, a lot of women can learn different things from different cultures of women.
Oh yeah.
In order to be better, to yourself and for men. Like if I was to take anything from Hispanic women, I would take their sex appeal, their sexiness. What do we call that?
That sex appeal.
I would take their sexiness from a Spanish woman. From a white woman, I would take their organization skills.
Yes. Oh my God. You saw the charades happening there.
The organization skills from a white woman.
Absolutely.
The just having everything.
Always on time.
Yeah. And, from a black woman, it's a few things that I have to take. I have to take a few things. Because we sexy too now. You know what I'm saying? But it's not, we sexy,
it's
but
packaged differently.
It's packaged differently and it comes with a little bit of attitude. Like a little bit of, it comes with a little bit of something extra. Like you just gotta be, you gotta work hard for our sexiness. You know what I'm saying?
A little bit of a wall, almost like a defense.
Something.
And I'm not saying that's a negative degree, but
it's something because I think that naturally, unless behind closed doors, then of course who you are comes out when you're with a partner. That person can bring something out of you no matter what. But I just mean that natural thing. So when it comes to a black woman, what I would take from the black woman would be the swag for sure. Cause
checks watch.
You feel me? Stay swagged out. You feel me? And I would probably take. What else would I take from a black woman? I would take from a black woman, well, when I say black woman, I'm going to have to, and I take after anybody, I got to take after mama. So I'm going to take the ability to nurture, and I'm going to take that spiritual. I'm going to go ahead and pull that out from the blacks. Okay. And then what else other type of woman is there?
Asian. Indian.
So from
Pacific Islander other.
And from the Asian woman, I am going to take
I would take their patience.
Is that what we want from her?
I'll snatch it so quick because
so we want her patience.
Man, listen, I know I snap. Like if you drop
give me
a
her
dish,
patience then. I
will rock with some Asian patience.
Let me get that Asian patience.
Just something about the Buddhist calm your ass down culture.
Yeah.
There's something about I love it. I just feel there's a peace when it comes to. I'm not saying that there's
But with the spiritual, you can gain peace too. But you're right.
But not from no black woman.
They got it more on lock.
Yeah, I feel like as the more colored you get, the more like the more of a point you have to prove. Mm-hmm. So I feel like a lot of times some things are just natural conditioning. You know, like we are born with this sass that you talk about because there was a reason to be that way. You know, even if you look back at your ancestors, like your ancestors who were slaves had to prove a point. Yeah, they had to prove their worth. You know, or they had to
from the inside of the house to the field, baby.
Correct, or even prove their worth of who they were as people. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't pay me like this house nigga. Pay me like this. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that this is a reality for us, we're already born with it, not even knowing where it comes from. You know what I mean? And I would say the same thing culturally for Hispanic women, Latina women, is that we have this conditioning of this machismo of men always battling and being on top, that we have something to prove. Like, well, if you ain't gonna let me use my voice, well, shoot, you gonna see me today. I'm beautiful.
And Latina women are more confident amongst women than they are amongst men. And it's funny that you said that, because it's almost like around men, they do become humble. Or naturally, there's a humbleness that, you know, is inside of them. Because I've been in a room where a lot of Latin women, honey, they think they the baddest things in the building, baby. And it's just baddest things in the building.
It's baby. Like an aura, you know what I'm saying? And it's not to say that we think we're better than anybody. No. But
it ain't that. It's a different type of baddest one in the building.
Right. It's a
I ain't saying I'm better than you, mommy. You know, because
but I know what I got.
You feel what I'm saying?
You got what you got, but I know what I got.
I'm so sexy.
I'm too sexy,
mommy. I'm too sexy for you, mommy.
But you know what? Now that you said, growing up, I remember always being, you know, questioned about, like, why are you always happy? Or why are you always in a good mood? Or, you know, why are you always like, and unfortunately, the questions that, the people that would ask me those questions were always my Black girl friends that either became enemies later, or they didn't like me at first and they became my friends after. But I had to almost prove myself to the younger Black girls that were my same age, because it was almost like there's no way that you could be my same skin color, be this happy, be this peppy, and be popular, and I'm Black and nobody like me.
So, but here's the thing. We're constantly proving ourselves in different situations in life. Like, even with us as artists, hopping in a game, we had to prove to people that we were worthy to touch their stages. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So I totally get that. And, you know, it's not to say, too, because Black girls be having an attitude. I ain't gonna lie. But to know the right group of Black women is the most special thing that I can even promote. You get what I'm saying? Or just people in general, because I don't want to make it be about that, but I know what you're saying specifically, because being happy all the time can be weird to a young group of Black girls who probably didn't grow up, you know, with moms like, you know, extra happy and stuff. Yeah.
That narrative of like an angry Black woman. Like a lot of
Black woman.
Yeah, like that narrative sometimes you see it from children. You know, like even as a teacher, I will see my students and be like, man, I want to mold her. Yeah. Because if I don't, she going to be so bitter.
No, you're right. Let's keep it real. You could just
see it.
Black girls be mad.
For no reason. Like, they just so angry. Mad. And I got in a lot of fights as a child, just girls pulling my hair just to see if it was weed. Like that. And again, it built me to be this person today. But if I would have let that control me, I should be, quote unquote, a racist. I should. Right. Because I only had run-ins with Black women or young girls at this time. I only had issues with, you know, the Black community. People were always questioning my ethnicity, who I am, where I'm from. So it's like, why do I have to do all that when we can just coexist? Right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that we're getting in a space now as a society where we could do that. But even within our own community, it's like, again, plus size women, like, well, is her plus really plus, or is it like she's just curvy, or is, you know, she's too skinny to be a big girl, or she's too big to be considered
for a big girl,
right? So it's like we even create these complexes within our own, like, what the
it's like she cute but she ain't got no booty.
Yeah, like what's that about? Like, okay, and so are we loving each other or not?
What is wrong? Like, what's wrong with my booty? Like, leave it alone.
Little booty's better. Little booty's better. Little booty's better.
Listen, little ones, flat ones, ones.
And when they came out with that song, Little Booties Matter, why you think they came out with that song?
There's a song called Little Booties
Oh,
Matter.
you didn't know?
I thought you was just being creative.
Oh, no. Shout out to the freestyling me. But that's a real song. That is a real song. Listen.
Little Booties Matter.
And that's exactly how it goes.
That's true, though. They do matter. To those of them who have little booties.
Okay, listen.
I can't hardly lift my booty. My booty's so heavy.
Some little booties. But it's what you like. Like, I'm bisexual. And I can't even say that I like a particular look.
I think I knew you were bisexual.
Yeah.
Okay, that's old.
It just don't be coming up like that because
old.
I'm not the rainbow wearing. And it's funny, I got rainbow earrings.
You are wearing rainbow.
I have rainbow earrings. Colorful
I should have had you here last episode. I had an LGBT episode.
It's because you forgot I was bisexual.
I forgot you was bisexual.
Because I'm not out here doing the most.
Because that's not nobody's business unless you choose to. And it doesn't define you. It's just what you like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I said that last time. I'm like, listen, to me, the LGBT thing is a matter of what you like sexually. Mm-hmm. That's just my opinion.
It's too many letters for it to be anything but what you just said.
It's
getting out of hand. And this is coming from someone that's a B.
But LGBT, she say a B.
I can't. LGBTQIA.
That is bi. Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. And I think they just added an M for anomaly or an N.
What that mean?
You could switch. Like, they added a P too. Now there's P for pansexual. Pansexual is like fluid. Like, you identify as you go.
Girl,
it's too much. It's getting out of hand.
I get hurt out here not knowing what's the right.
Listen, in the future, in year 2050, it's gonna be children half dog, half human. Watch.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, they gonna have tails and everything. Watch. It's getting weird out there.
I don't think God gonna let it get to that.
I hope God doesn't. It's getting weird.
It's weird.
It's getting weird. It's really getting weird. And I know we're supposed to be like non-judgmental, but where's our like moral code? Like, where is it going? You know, like I just don't get where it's going. You know, we have people that are switching their genders at a young age now. Like, before it was cool when it was okay, you're an adult, figure it out. But now you have like the Wade's children that are topics, you know what I'm saying? God. Like Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union having to accept that. Like,
my baby was telling me that a girl was trying to hold her hand in class. And my baby is 8 years old. And she said somebody was trying to hold her hand in class, a girl. And then I said, trying to hold your hand like what? And then she said, I didn't want to hold her hand, mommy. I said, trying to hold your hand like what? And she said, like this.
Oh my God.
And I said, did it feel weird? She said, mommy, it felt so weird.
Oh,
and she recognized, my baby recognized that something was not right. That kid was, you know, looking at her in a different way. Because my baby a cute little girl. So this
she really is. Shout out to Elena, baby. She is.
But so this cute. Little girl, based on whatever is going on in her,
wow,
she feels like if you see a cute girl, you should hold her hand or try to, you know, make her like you because you like her. So it's crazy, but I don't want to get too far off the subject. But like you said, it's out there, and we just got to make sure, like even with the plus size thing, because what if she grows up to be chubby or bigger? And then that's a whole nother situation where people are putting her down and she's taking more to people that act like they're being her friends. You know what I'm saying? When they're really not. Or it's just a lot of little stuff. So that's why I wanted to kind of have conversations, like even with this conversation about plus size women. I feel like a lot of plus size women want to have conversations about their weight and about, you know, how cool it is or uncool it is to be big or what they're experiencing or going through with dating and stuff. You know, let's talk about those things if you want to talk about them because they exist.
I love that you're also bringing this up as a plus size woman because I feel like the message isn't received the same when it comes from like somebody at the View. Like y'all all skinny except with the exception that one plus size girl. You know what I'm saying? Like so when you have these types of conversations, it's important for the representation to exist. Exactly. And I love that it's you know? And as long as I've known you, Elena, like, I've never seen you not love who you are in all your trueness of curves, okay? Like, and I love that because I've seen you wear tight clothes. I've seen you wear tight dresses. I've seen, and it's always tasteful. Ladies, go through her Instagram and take notes. It's always. But I don't have an issue with it because you're representing who you are. You're loving who you are, but you're not doing it in a trashy manner.
Right.
So I
Thank
appreciate
you so much for that.
Absolutely.
And, it's just, it's just knowing, what looks good on you, learning yourself, learning certain things. And that's the one thing that nobody can really knock you off your game when you begin to get closer to you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's going to be the key, even for our plus size women, because this show is specifically for you. I love you. I love being a plus size woman. I love sometimes when I look at myself in a picture and I can see how my hip went out this way and, my face was cute this way. And then sometimes I'll look at a picture and be like, oh, my stomach, can you slim that up? Edit that, come on now. You can't leave me out there like that, so, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I don't believe there's a room that I can't walk into and that someone looks at me and says, hey, now there's a beautiful big woman, because guess what? I don't need that, but I feel that. So when I walk through, people feel that. So I think people feel entitled.
Aura.
Yeah, they feel entitled to compliment me because I walk through with true confidence. It'd be like I'd be in the car and be like, okay, confidence, turn on.
Right. And it's a quiet confidence. Like, you don't have to say anything. You don't really have to do anything. You just exist. You just have a pulse. And that's really all it takes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you walk in a room and people just feel your presence. They just feel your aura. But it's different now. And I'm going to go back to this Lizzo thing I said earlier. It's different now when Lizzo walks in with this thing up her butt with her cheek showing. People are not going to feel that same energy.
Right.
It is not the same.
That's true.
That energy that Elena came in with her very nice, tight-fitted dress where she's a big woman and you can see she a big woman from a mile away without a girdle, and it's her true self.
She basically just called me fat.
No, I'm saying. You're so stupid. I'm saying down to the realism, right? Then you put her, Elena, next to Lizzo, who comes in with a girdle, comes in covered up, altered, and then also showing her ass, just for the narrative of self-love. It's not the same.
It's not the same.
And it's not, the people in the room don't feel it the same. Because people ridicule Lizzo for doing that. Kids go to basketball games. Like, can you imagine in your situation, if your daughter would have seen Lizzo like that?
You know what? And it took people to get her back to feeling good. It took other celebrities and other people tuning in and saying, hey, girl, you beautiful. Hey, girl, this. Hey, girl, that. For her to snap back into it and be like, yeah, I am. And so what I would say, and I'm going to give you an opportunity, too, to just kind of put some positive into the atmosphere if you want to share something with our plus-size women. But for all the people that are watching, and especially my plus-size women, what I would say is, if you do lack confidence 100% all the time, that's normal. No one person, the most beautiful of us all, have confidence issues or esteem issues because no one man or woman was made perfect. All right. So get it out your mind. But the way you feel and truly think about yourself is where it starts. So nobody can come along, even if you meet someone that later on tries to destroy your confidence. If you build that up within yourself so much, like what Frankie was saying, sometimes put the bread down and do a little walk. Watch how you feel after that walk. It could have been one walk a week. Right. I'm telling you, it changes how you feel about yourself. So this is not about so much who you'll meet to love or who will eventually love you for who you are. This is about you learning how to really unpack the layers of those things you feel within yourself so that you can truly embrace and really love on yourself in a physical sense. And that's what I have to say to my sisters. I love y'all, big girls. What you want to tell them?
I'll close out with this. You really have to know and learn to love you first and foremost. I know it sounds so cliche, but it's the truth. If you depend on the lens of another to value your own self-worth, you'll never see what's in the mirror. Because what you see in the mirror, only your eyes can see it. You know what I'm saying? If another person looks at you, they see something completely different. I know where every pimple is.
Right.
Another person might miss 2 or 3.
Right.
So you have to love yourself first and foremost. And the other thing that I would say is don't get caught up in, other people's opinions as much as you get caught up in knowing what it is that you're putting out. Because when you put something out for people to receive, that's your own fault. You put it out there. But if you're putting out for something for someone to receive that has a real, true, genuine message to you, then you'll never question it. So don't get caught up in the opinions and the ridiculing and the commentary. Get more so caught up with what you think of yourself, and you be your biggest critic.
And go walking.
Take that ass for a walk. Look, I gotta walk off this shrimp and grits.
I got to go walking too. I'm gonna do it too. I love y'all. We taking it to the end. Cool people, take us out of here. E with a poet. These tools.
Peace to all the queens. What's up out there? Tapping in.
I need everybody to tap in.
Cool people.
Everybody to tap in.
Eat with a poet.
Subscribe.
Never leak it or show it.
Shout out
Gotta
to
pull
Atlanta.
your own weight. If you reap it, you sow it. Come eat with a poet. Gotta plant it and grow it. Drop that artificial food. Come and eat with a poet. Kicking words with the poets, I get lyrical.
Yeah.
Physical is great, my journey now is spiritual. Peace to the queens in the nation and foreign. I would like to introduce you to Elena the poet. Stayed down in the jungle like some bare feet. Now when we toast, ace of spade, no more bare feet. Poking beans, Dade County, yeah, I'm still hood. Spread love, feed the homeless cause it feels good. Now pay attention, this is knowledge of wealth. Throw the school books away, this is knowledge of self. Quiet is kept, listen, this the Revolution broadcast. Now pay attention to Elena and her podcast. Never leak it and show it. Gotta pull your own weight if you reap it, you sow it. Yeah, gotta plant it and grow it. Drop that artificial food, come and eat with a poet. Come eat with a poet.
Shout out to Elena the poet.
Cool people.
See, I need everybody to tap in, subscribe.
Spread love.
You know what I'm talking about? Black power,
Black power.
black queens.
Black kings. All
Shout out
kings.
to all the kings.
All queens.
Forward movement.